Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another phylum that is called Platyhelminthes. It is called Platyhelminthes. We have to remember this phylum. These Platyhelminthes are also called what you call flatworms. Flatworms. So in the Greek, platy, what you called genus, what you called platy, what you called broad, broad, and what you called broad or flat. So in the Greek, platy, broad or flat. Helmin, helmin means, what is the meaning of helmin? Means worm. So broad or flat worm, they are called flat. That's why they are called flat worms. Now, dorso-ventrally flatted. Characters I am telling. Dorso-ventrally flattened. Dorso-ventrally flattened body. Okay, dorso-ventrally flattened body. Hence it's called. That's why these are called flatworms. First point. Second point. These all are shows the bilateral, bilaterally symmetrical. There shows the bilateral symmetrical. Next one, they are triploblastic. They performs triploblastic functions. Acoelomates. Acoelomates. They are acoelomates. Coelomates means don't have what you called coelom. With acoelomates with what you called organ system level of organization. Organ system level organization. Okay, this point you should have to remember. Organ system level organization. Next one, organ system level organization. Next one, what we have to do is moderate cephalization. They performs moderate cephalization, moderate cephalization, moderate cephalization. Okay, moderate cephalization and what you called unidirectional movements. They performs unidirectional movements. This point you should have to remember. Unidirectional movements. They are mostly endoparasites. They are what you called mostly endoparasites. Okay, endoparasites. Okay, and especially hooks. Very important point I'm telling. Hooks and suckers. Hooks and suckers are present in the are present. Hooks and suckers are present in the parasitic form. Parasitic form. This point you should have to remember. And serves. What is the use of these hooks and suckers? They are helpful for attachment. Okay, so they serve as organs of attachment. Organs of attachment. This point also you should have to remember. The next another important point what is I'm telling is body not segmented. Body is not segmented. Body is not segmented. This point you should have to remember. They exhibit what you called pseudo segmentation. Pseudo segmentation. This point you should have to remember, pseudo segmentation. Next one, some of the parasitic forms, what they will do, absorbs the nutrients. Some parasitic forms, okay, some parasitic forms. Next, some parasitic forms absorbs nutrients, absorbs nutrients, okay, absorbs nutrients from where? Directly from the host. Directly from what? From host. Directly from the host. This point also you should have to remember. Liver fluke. Next point. Liver fluke. Liver fluke. Okay. What you called have an incomplete digestive system. Means not mouth to anus. Okay, you know very well. Incomplete digestive system. This point you should have to remember. Complete digestive system. Okay. So next point we will discuss. Okay. Okay, children, listen very carefully. We are discussing about another phylum, Platyhelminthes. These Platyhelminthes organisms are called flatworms. Why we are calling flatworms? Because they are dorso-ventrally flattened. Dorsally, ventrally, up and down, both flattened body. That's why they are called flatworms. So in the Greek, what is the meaning of platy? Broad. Helmen means worm. Broad or flatworm. So what are the characters of these Platyhelminthes phylum animals? They are bilaterally symmetrical. They are triploblastic. The acoelomates don't have any coelom, and organ system level organization is there. They don't have any coelom. That's why acoelomates. And what kind of organization means? Organs are there in their body. That's why they are called organ system level. They will perform the organ system level organization. And the next point is moderate cephalization. Not that much developed head and brain like that. Light and slight, moderate head and brain formation, or brain head there like that. Moderate cephalization. So that's why it will perform only one direction only. We will move. That's why unidirectional movements they will perform. Mostly endoparasites means they live in the host. Maximum of the platyhelminths are endoparasites. They live in the host. That's why in the body, no, that's why they are called endoparasites. So these endoparasites have hooks, suckers. Okay, these hooks and suckers are present in the parasitic form. So these hooks and suckers serves as organs. Serves as organs. What is the use of these serves as organs of attachment to the host internal systems? Body is not segmented, no division in the body, and they exhibit pseudo segmentation. Not that much segment, pseudo, very pseudo segmental, like that segmentation is there. Some parasitic forms absorb nutrients directly from the host. The liver fluke, what you called liver fluke, have incomplete digestive system. Liver fluke is related to platyhelminthes, incomplete digestive system. What's the meaning of incomplete digestive system? Incomplete means only exhibit which one? The only one opening. Incoming, outgoing, only one opening in the sense, that is called incomplete digestive system. No proper anus. So this point you should have to remember in the what you called platyhelminthes. Next, some more points we are going to discuss about platyhelminthes. Next one, the specialized cells. Specialized cells are there. Those specialized cells called excretory cells. Excretory, what do you call excretory cells? Excretory cells. What do you call these excretory cells? Specialized excretory cells are there. They are called flame cells. This is a neat bit. So This is the what you called need bit. This is need bit. Okay, so this point you should have to remember. Next one, this. Okay, the next one, sexes. This flame cells function what? Helpful for osmoregulation, osmoregulation, and also helpful for what you called excretion, osmoregulation and excretion. Sexes are not separate. Sexes are not separate. Not separate. Sexes are not separate means you know very well they will be called what you called monoecious. What you called monoecious. Next one, fertilization is internal. Fertilization is what you called internal fertilization. This point also you should have to remember. Fertilization is internal and development is through larval stage. Development is through larval stage. This point you should have to remember. Through which stage? Larval stage. Okay, through larval stage. The next point what I am telling is, okay, what are the what you called larvas. Okay, the larvas you should have to see now. What are the larvas? Number one, Miracidium. Okay, Miracidium. Miracidium. This point you should have to remember. Miracidium. The second one is Sporocyst. Sporocyst. The next one is what you called Rhadia. Rhadia and what you called Cercaria. These all are larval forms. Cercaria. And next one, what you called polyembryony. They are polyembryony. What you called polyembryony. Polyembryony is the common, most important thing. Common in some flatworms. Okay, so many common in some flatworms. So many what you called embryos are there. Okay. Next one, some members like examples where polyembryony you know very well. What is that one? Liver flukes. What do you call? The liver flukes. This point you should have to remember. The next important one, planaria. 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 You know very well planaria. Shows high regeneration capacity. Means if you cut any body part, that will be come again, will become new one. High regeneration capacity. Any body part lost in the sense again it will be formed. Okay, that is called regeneration. High regeneration capacity. Examples I am telling about. Examples. Come on, number one, Taenia solium. Taenia solium. The common name is tapeworm. Tapeworm. This is the first point you should have to remember. Second one, what is the second one? Fasciola hepatica. Fasciola. Okay, Fasciola hepatica. This point also you should have to remember. So Fasciola hepatica means what? This one is called liver fluke. What is called? Liver fluke. And schistosoma. Schistosoma. This point also you should have to remember. That is blood fluke. Blood fluke. This point you should have to remember. Okay, children, observe very carefully what we are discussing. The phylum Platyhelminthes, and they are also called platforms. They have specialized cells for excretion. They are also called excretory cells. Those cells only called what you call flame cells. What you call flame cells. This is a neat bit. What are the excretory cells of the Platyhelminthes? Neat bit. Flame cells. These flame cells helpful for osmoregulation and excretion. The sexes are not separate. Means male and female both are in the same body. That's why they will be called monoecious. Fertilization is internal. Development is through larval stages. Development is through Larval stages is there. What are the larval stages? Come on here. Miracidium, sporocyst, rhedia, cercaria. Miracidium, sporocyst, rhedia, cercaria. These all are larval stages. Means larval stages in the sense is there in the sense that kind of development is called indirect development. They will perform the polyembryony. Polyembryony means number of embryos will be formed. So common in some flatworms. Polyembryony is common in some flatworms like liver flukes. So planaria shows the high regeneration. Regeneration means suppose this is the planaria. If this body part cutted in the sense, again it will be new body part will be regenerate. So planaria shows the high regeneration capacity. So examples of the platyhelminths are Taenia, Solium, tapeworm, and Fasciola hepatica, liver fluke, schistoma, blood fluke. Okay, schistoma, blood fluke. These are the best examples of which one? Platyhelminthes. So next one we are going to discuss about another phylum, that is Aschelminthes. So listen very carefully, children. These all are most important what we called phylums to remember. Okay. Next one is what we called phylum Aschelminthes. Phylum Aschelminthes. Okay, phylum Aschelminthes. Phylum Aschelminthes. Okay, this phylum also is there what you call roundworms. Roundworms. That point you should have to remember. Previously it is called as nematoda. Previously it will be called as nematoda. This point you should have to remember. Now this phylum named as what is called Aschelminthes. Next one, circular. The body is circular. This point you should have to remember. Body is circular. In cross section, if you see what you called in cross section. Okay, and in cross section, okay, most important thing you have to remember in cross section, and hence are called in cross section. If you say they are circular or round, cross section they will be round appearance will be there. That's why these worms are called, hence these worms are called round worms. What you called? Round worms. This point you should have to remember. They are free living. Next important thing is they are free living. Okay, free living, or some are parasitic. Some are parasitic forms. Okay, on parasitic on which one? Aquatic. Very very important. Aquatic animals. This point you should have to aquatic animals, and terrestrial plants and animals. Terrestrial plants and animals. This point also you should have to remember. Next one, they shows the what they shows. This is the most important point I am telling. They shows the which one? Bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally what you call symmetrical. This point you should have to remember. So they shows the bilaterally symmetrical. And next one, triploblastic. 3 derm layers are there: ectoderm, endoderm, like that. Next one, they have what you call pseudocoelomates. They are pseudocoelomates. This point you should have to remember. Means they don't have developed coelom. Only scatters of the same mesoderm will be there. That's why they are called pseudocoelomates. Next, what kind of organ system level organization? Organ system level, what you called organization. Organ system level organization is present. The body is, next point, the body is unsegmented. means don't have any segments, unsegmented, and covered by what you called body is unsegmented and covered by the most important point you should have to remember, a transparent, a transparent, next one, next transparent, tough, next point, tough and protective, what you call protective, what you call collagenous, collagenous, okay, collagenous layer is there. Okay, what you called that is collagen is called cuticle. What you called cuticle. This is the most important point you should have to remember. Cuticle is present. Next one, elementary canal, complete elementary canal. Elementary canal is what I said. Elementary canal is complete. Okay, complete means mouth to anus is there. Okay, elementary canal is complete. Mouth is there. Okay, mouth to, you know very well, muscular pharynx, muscular. What I am repeating, the points you should have to remember. Muscular pharynx first is there in this mouth, muscular pharynx, and you know very well, anus, like that it will be there. So excretory system, the excretory system, what you called through, what you call excretory system, mainly through Renneti glands, Renneti, what you called Renneti glands. These points you should have to remember. Next one, sexes are separate, means male are separate, female are separate, sexes are separate. This point also you should have to remember. And exhibit sexual dimorphism, male separate, female separate, in the sense what you call that is sexual dimorphism. Okay, okay, females are longer than males, females are longer, okay, longer than males. Okay, this point you should have to remember. And fertilization, internal fertilization, what do you call internal fertilization? Okay, internal fertilization, okay, like that. Next one, majority are, okay, majority are oviparous, what you called oviparous. Examples, Ascaris, okay, oviparous, Ascaris. And next one is ovoviviparous, ovovivi, both parous, ovoviviparous. Examples, Eukaryoria, what you called Eukaryoria. These points you should have to remember. Eukaryoria. Okay, development, direct or indirect development, direct or, and also indirect larval stages also present. This point you should have to remember. Okay, children, observe very carefully what I am telling. The phylum Aschelminthes. The phylum what? Aschelminthes. The Aschelminthes phylum contains what? Roundworms, nematoda. This Aschelminthes first they called as nematoda. Later they given the name Aschelminthes. First they called what? Nematoda. The body is circular in cross section. So if you do cross section, the body is circular, round. That's why they will be called roundworms. Roundworms. Next one, they are free living or parasitic. Free living means they live to individually. Some of the Aschelminthes organisms are parasitic. Where on which animals they are parasitic? On aquatic animals, terrestrial plants and animals, they will act as a parasitic. Means hosts are aquatic animals, plants and animals are terrestrial plants and animals. Parasitic, some are. So next point is they are bilaterally symmetrical. What the bilaterally symmetrical? So exactly two halves we will get through axis. If you cut main axis, exactly two halves we will get. That is called bilaterally symmetrical. Next, triploblastic, ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm is there in the sense triploblastic. Three germ layers are there. They have the pseudocoelomates. What is the pseudocoelomates? You know very well. The coelom, scattered mesodermal pouches. Scattered mesodermal pouches like this there in the sense. That kind of coelom is called pseudocoelomates. Organ system. Their body is developed organ system. And organ systems are there in their body. Ascalmenthes. First organ system we have to observe carefully. Next, body is unsegmented, no segmented, and covered by transparent. First, transparent, tough, protective collagenous. Collagenous means protein related what you call layer. So transparent and tough protective collagenous layer, that is only called cuticle. This is a neat bit. First neat bit. The next one, alimentary canal is complete, means mouth is there, and second, muscular pharynx. This is a neat bit. Muscular pharynx is there in the alimentary Ascalmenthes. Okay, mouth to anus fully developed, complete. That's why alimentary canal is complete, and muscular pharynx also there in the alimentary canal. Now excretory, another neat bit. What is the neat bit? Excretory system in the Ascalmenthes through which one? Rennetti glands. Which one? To Rennetti glands. This is the most important bit. Rennetti glands. Ascalmenthes, Rennetti glands. The sexes are separate, means male and female are separate. That's why they shows sexual dimorphism. What's the meaning of sexual dimorphism? Male are separate, female are separate. Females are separate in the sense that is called sexual dimorphism. Females are, suppose male is like this in the sense the females are longer than the what we called males. Females are longer than the males. Internal fertilization. So the male gamete and female gamete join inside of the body. So that is called, what we call combination of male and female gametes is called fertilization. If that is inside of the body is going on in the sense, that kind of fertilization is called internal fertilization. Some Ascalmenthes are oviparous, means they lays the eggs. Example, Ascaris. Some lays the ovo, lay egg and direct give birth to young ones. Such are ovoviviparous. Eukarya. Example is Eukarya. The development is direct, means with the direct, without larval form. Indirect also is there with larval stages also there. Direct means without larval form. Indirect means with larval form developments are there. In which one? The Ascalmenthes. So this is about the Ascalmenthes. I am going to give some examples. And we will go to next phylum. What are the examples? The examples of Ascalmenthes we are going to discuss. Come on, repeat the examples. Number one, first one, the first example is Ascaris lumbricoides. First example is what we call, first example, this one you have to remember, most important. The examples are Ascaris lumbricoides, Ascaris lumbricoides. Okay, these are only called roundworms. First point you should have to remember. Okay. Second example, Enterobis. What is called? Enterobius vermicularis. This point you should have to remember. They are, example, what is that one? Pinworm. The next one, Eukarya. Very very important. Eukarya bancrofti. Okay, Eukarya bancrofti. So here Eukarya bancrofti, example, filarial worm. Next, another important, encyclostoma, duodenale. So this one is hookworm. This one is called hookworm. So please observe carefully, children. What are the examples of Ascalmenthes? The best examples of Ascalmenthes are Ascaris lumbricoides. It's a parasite, roundworm. So it will be there in our humans digestive system. When you eat uncooked what you call beef or pork, it will be entered. Next, it is a very dangerous, causes a big problem in the human digestive system. Next one, Enterobium vermicularis, pinworms. These are also parasites. Then Wuchereria bancrofti, filarial worm. This is a very dangerous. When you eat uncooked, what you call meat, especially beef and pork you eat, this problem will be this with worm will be enter into the digestive system of the humans and will create the big problems in like stomach pain and diarrhea, and sometimes even severe pain also will become so big, very dangerous endoparasite, what you call Wuchereria bancrofti, filarial worm. Next what you called Wuchereria bancrofti, not what you called related to the digestive system. It causes the one problem. What is that problem? That is called filariasis, elephantiasis or filariasis. Sorry, I confused. Elephantiasis. This point you should have to remember. Filariasis or elephantiasis. You see the big legs in the what you call people because of this. Which one? This Wuchereria bancrofti mainly attacks the lymphatic system. What you call lymphatic system of the patients, and the larva of is called microfilaria larva. What you call the larva form is which one? Microfilaria larva of Wuchereria bancrofti. So it is causes the by mosquitoes, Culex mosquitoes mainly spreads this parasite Wuchereria bancrofti, filarial worm. The next one, Encyclostoma duodenale. It will be causes the hookworm. Okay, children. Ascaris lumbricoides, roundworm. When you eat what you call uncooked meat, it will be very dangerous. It will enter into the digestive system. Enterobium vermicularis, pinworms. Wuchereria bancrofti means which causes a filariasis. Very swelling legs, swelling hands, we will see or not. That kind of problem by the Culex mosquitoes, it will be spread. Encyclostoma duodenale, hookworms. These all are examples of what you call Ascalmenthes. Thank you, children. Next class we will discuss with another phylum. What is another phylum? That is called what you call Annelida. What you call Annelida. Next class we will discuss. Thank you so much.